goes, you ready for the second point? You say, sure. He says, you need to develop new skills. This one makes you a little bit nervous. Because you're thinking about, my God, is he telling me I don't have the skills to do the job? And what he says then is, the skills that get you into the job are not the skills that will keep you in the job. We need to keep growing, changing, developing. He says one of the fatal flaws with executives, with leaders, is they reach a certain position, they feel like, I've made it, I'm at the top of the mountain, I don't need it anymore, I got this. But he says, when the industry's changing, our skills need to change. And he says, one of my favorite things is when I meet somebody in an organization and I make rounds, and somebody will say to me, I've been here 25 years. And he says, this always gets me. He says, I asked the question, so is it really 25 years experience, or is it 1 year experience 25 times? He said, that gets them all the time. Because I want people thinking that no matter what position they're in, whether it's a housekeeper, whether it's a nurse, whether it's a leader, we always have to keep on pushing. We have to keep on growing. And unfortunately, we as leaders, we sometimes get complacent. So he said, to me, here's some of the things you need to do. You need to think about your career as a business. And like any business, you're the CEO. You need a CEO. Also, like any business, you need a plan. Where do you want your career to go? What skills do you need to develop? Don't let your careers just happen. Don't all of a sudden feel like, if you're in your 40s or 50s, you're done. You can always grow. You can always change. He also says, he says, when I was growing up, played a lot of sports, everybody always said, oh, you got to work on your weaknesses, you got to do this, you got to do that. He says, I don't believe that. He says, I believe you have to work on your strengths. So whatever your strengths are, make them stronger. Because if you can move a strength from a 6 to an 8, you're going to go a lot further than taking a weakness from a 2 to a 4. So you sit there saying, okay, let's start to make some sense. And he says the last thing, which is very important, and he says I use it all the time, you need for your corporation, your career, a board of trustees. You need people that will help you, but they'll be very candid with you. Don't find people that are going to be nice to you, but that will